Mendawuji for Qantas. It's a symbol of our commitment to the broader reconciliation program in Australia. It's all about taking the best of Australian Indigenous art and culture to the world and to the travelling public, and it's a great demonstration of a very long and very committed relationship that we have with Indigenous businesses across the country.
When the project began, Laura Berry, Head of Community, had an idea about creating an aircraft to celebrate what was happening in the community space at Qantas. It had been a little while, it had been about 10 years since our previous aircraft.
That sort of kicked off an 18-month consultation and project that I led, I guess, from a Qantas point of view, but brought Jumbana in from the outset because they had worked on the 3 aircraft with us previously.
So Laura had an idea about another region. We thought about Western Australia, and at that point we began speaking with the National Gallery of Australia.
It was the first time we've actually used the gallery to work on one of these projects, and that was a great partnership.
So we went through a really long list of Western Australian painters and works, and eventually came down to a short list of 3. The unanimous decision was Paddy's work. I think because it's a little different, it's quite spare, so the aesthetic is quite restrained. It's strong, but it's not the overall coverage that the previous aircraft had. So I think we feel that, like each of them was, it's an aircraft for its time.
I think the concept of Paddy and Medicine Pocket, Mendawuji, came naturally to him, of course. That's his land and his people's land. It was absolutely perfect for the fuselage of a Qantas plane. Paddy always wanted to, when he saw our first plane, he wanted to have his art on a Qantas plane as well, and it just turned out that we were able to facilitate all that through Ros and the connections with the old people and with the Gidja people up in the Kimberleys, and they gave us a tremendous amount of spirit that linked in with the plane.
The atmosphere on the day, it was electric. There was a sense of celebration, there was a sense of excitement, and there was a real sort of team spirit, I guess, about the whole project. It was held in a hangar at Boeing's facilities in Seattle, and we had Paddy Bedford's daughter, Kathy, and 2 senior women with us who were there to bless the aircraft.
So they brought Paddy's hat from the Kimberley, which was a really poignant moment. And I think the fact that the old man's spirit was there, and as John said, when he saw one of our earlier aircraft, he really wanted to create an aircraft. So his daughter, Kathy, and his niece, Mona, who were there, I think felt that they were bringing Paddy's spirit to the event as well.
Working with Ros and John, and firstly them having the history with Qantas and knowing our business really well, was a huge benefit. The connections in the community that John brings are second to none. We could not have done this whole process as seamlessly as we did without the expertise that they brought to the table. I think that's often happens with many certified businesses who operate in their communities. They get this space, and Ros and John absolutely get this space.
I would have loved Supply Nation. I think we would have benefited so greatly for a Supply Nation 30 years ago when we were trying to hammer down doors that nobody wanted to open to us.
Qantas are a founding member of Supply Nation, and Jumbana are a certified supplier, so there's a great opportunity for us to work together to not only further the relationship that existed even before the Supply Nation membership, but also because it's a great opportunity to talk about supply diversity as a concept and as a growing movement, I guess, in Australia.